Jungkook reveals shocking truth. Jin's condition weakened after the tour. In a statement that shook many, BTS's Jungkook has finally revealed something that had been tightly kept under wraps. Jin's health condition reportedly experienced a significant decline after completing a series of tours. This shocking fact has not only raised concern among fans, but also reignited serious questions about the physical and emotional pressure endured by BTS members, even after the group's collective activities were put on hold. What really happened behind the scenes of Jin's tour? Why did Jungkook feel the need to speak out openly now? This statement surfaced in an exclusive interview where Jungkook initially spoke about Jin's dedication to completing his solo activities. However, the tone of the conversation drastically shifted when he mentioned having witnessed firsthand how Jin's physical condition gradually worsened after the tour ended. Hyung looked extremely exhausted. Not just physically, but from the way he spoke, "I knew something was being hidden," said Jungkook with a serious tone, sparking waves of concern among ARMY and industry observers. This news came as a surprise because the agency had never provided any information about Jin facing health issues. In fact, the public was led to believe that Jin appeared in prime condition during all his appearances. Yet, Jungkook's statement opened the possibility that there was another side never shown to the public. This naturally raises a major question. Was Jin's health truly weakened? And why was no preventive action taken by the management? In his explanation, Jungkook also mentioned that he had proposed postponing some of Jin's schedules. "I told the management that maybe it would be better if he took a rest first. But at that time, Hyung still wanted to continue," he added. This statement reveals the internal conflict between professionalism and the physical limits of an artist trying to maintain fans' expectations while neglecting his own needs. This statement immediately sparked wide discussions among ARMY. Many expressed concern that the management system behind BTS might be putting too much pressure on the members, even though they are now engaged in individual activities. Attention was once again directed at HYB, which is seen as too results-oriented and not giving enough recovery space for its artists after undertaking large-scale tours. Jin's current condition remains unclear, as there has been no official statement from the agency. However, some observant fans began to notice changes in Jin's expression and posture in several recent videos and photos. Some said he looked thinner, paler, and not as assertive as usual when appearing in public. While this could simply be a result of temporary post-activity stress, Jungkook's statement turned all these speculations into real concern. Health issues among K-pop idols are nothing new, but when it affects senior members like Jin, who is known for his discipline and resilience, the impact feels deeper. Especially since the statement came directly from a close member with strong emotional ties who often shares the same work environment. Jungkook wasn't just expressing concern as a colleague, but as a younger brother worried about the physical and mental changes in his Hyung. What's even more concerning is the fact that Jin himself has not responded at all to this statement. His silence has only sparked further speculation. Is he undergoing a secret recovery period? Or are there other factors causing his physical condition to decline so drastically? Is this related to pressure to appear perfect? Or is there an unspoken psychological factor? Some fans regret that it had to come from Jungkook before this information was conveyed. They believe transparency regarding idols' health is a form of responsibility to the public and fans, not something that should be concealed until the situation becomes too serious to control. Many are calling for the agency to begin implementing stricter health protection protocols, including mandatory rest time for their artists after finishing tour activities. On the other hand, some praised Jungkook's courage for speaking openly about Jin's condition. In an industry full of pressure and a tendency to hide weaknesses, Jungkook's move is seen as a sincere act of concern that deserves appreciation. He not only showed that the bond between BTS members remains strong, but also that they are willing to stand up for each other, even if it means exposing hidden truths. In this context, Jungkook's statement feels like an emergency signal that should be taken seriously. He didn't speak recklessly, and he chose the right time and medium to express it. This is not just gossip or speculation. This is a call to look deeper into the working conditions of idols who often appear strong on camera, but hide unseen exhaustion behind the scenes. With this statement out in the open, the pressure now shifts to management to provide clarification and, if necessary, reassess the work system that has been applied all this time. Nothing is more important than the health and well-being of the artists, especially when they have given all their energy and emotions to entertain millions of people around the world. Now, all eyes are on Jin. Will he confirm Jungkook's statement? Or will he remain silent to maintain the calm? One thing is certain, Jungkook's confession has opened the door to a bigger discussion about human limits in a demanding entertainment industry and the need for balance between performance and the mental and physical health of artists in the modern K-pop era. However, amidst the public's concern and the emotional outpouring of fans, one big question cannot be ignored. Is all of this really happening? Or are we witnessing a sequence of information that has been systematically crafted to generate massive public attention and emotional involvement? In today's digital era, where information travels faster than clarification, society is expected not only to be consumers of news, but also critical interpreters of every narrative presented. Jungkook's statement may sound sincere and emotional. However, we must ask further. Is this narrative a pure reflection of a younger brother's concern for his older brother, or is it part of a communication strategy designed to evoke sympathy and shape public opinion? We cannot ignore the fact that the South Korean entertainment industry is highly structured and often packages emotional content to gain digital interaction, media exposure, and increased popularity. So the question is, are we witnessing facts or a carefully constructed presentation? It must be honestly stated that most of the information behind this news comes from platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and fan community forums. Numerous video contents include clips of Jungkook's emotional moments, along with fan speculations that reinforce the narrative of Jin's declining condition. However, to this day, there has been no official statement from BTS's agency, HYB, either confirming or denying the information publicly. Therefore, is it right for us to immediately believe it without questioning the accuracy and primary sources of the circulating claims? Furthermore, it's important for us to realize that public emotion can be a very powerful tool in shaping media trends. When one BTS member makes an emotional statement, social media, search algorithms, and online news will automatically react and focus attention on that topic. Is this purely a reaction to reality, or a response to a predicted content distribution strategy? This is why it's crucial to develop a skeptical attitude when consuming any news today. We need to ask ourselves, what is the motivation behind the spread of this information? Did Jungkook truly speak out of personal concern, or is this part of a directed narrative to boost attention around Jin's comeback? Or is this perhaps an indirect strategy by management to maintain public enthusiasm for BTS during their group hiatus? Amidst such extreme popularity, even the smallest information about BTS can become a double-edged sword, producing empathy, but also serving as a tool for mass manipulation if not objectively clarified. Here is where we invite audiences and readers to start thinking more deeply. How can we distinguish which information truly stems from reality and which is merely dramatized content? When a narrative simultaneously appears on various social media platforms with short video formats, melancholic music, and bombastic headlines, we must ask, is this news or just viral content? Facing this situation, we must also reflect on our role as viewers. Are we reacting too quickly without waiting for official clarification? Are we placing unnecessary pressure on artists just because we feel entitled to know everything? Unwittingly, the public's appetite for drama and personal intrigue can become a psychological burden for the artists involved. And if it's true that Jin is experiencing a physical decline, then it's important for the public to provide space for privacy and constructive support, not to become consumers of pain sold through emotional narratives. In the end, we reiterate that this information comes from various social media and discussion forums, which so far cannot be independently verified. Therefore, it is crucial not to believe information outright without checking the authenticity of its sources. Don't let emotion overtake logic. Being reflective, rational, and cautious in spreading news is our shared responsibility. So, we ask you all, do you believe that Jin truly experienced a weakened condition after the tour, or is this part of a deliberately crafted narrative? Did Jungkook speak entirely from the heart, or was he unaware that his words could be used by others to create a sensation? Has social media become a place that too quickly forms